Hi there, good morning, or good afternoon. Welcome to Authentic Me Community and welcome Liz from the Wonder Woman Network.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so let's just get started. Thank you, Liz, for joining me for Wellness Wednesday.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
I'm going to try and remember to look at you guys rather than get caught up in what she's saying. So what is it that you do? Would you like to explain to our viewers?
Yes, so hello everybody. I'm Liz and my business is Wonder Women Network. I create unique events to connect, promote and nurture working women. My events are about bringing together women to nurture their health and fitness and resilience and professional development. I'm passionate about promoting female entrepreneurs and about the energy that comes from connecting with like-minded women. My events include my workout and wellness event, my flagship networking event, and a collaboration called Fit for Business, which is with Danielle Early Consultancy.
Who we hope to have coming on.
Yeah, she'd love to do that, I'm sure.
Okay, so, and I'm super, I'm a fan of the Wonder Woman Network because I've wanted to be along, so I love the stuff that Liz does.
You're a great supporter of us.
To be. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh, it's always a challenge, this one, isn't it? But my 3 words are energetic, aspirational and sensitive. And the reason that I've chosen these words, the energetic, is I've always had a lot of energy and always directed a lot of energy into everything that I do. Sometimes I think I can be a bit exhausting for people, but those people that know me, I think they find my energy hopefully quite uplifting and motivating. Aspirational because I've always had dreams and aspirations and things that I've wanted to achieve, and when I set a goal for myself, I work really hard to achieve it. And often when I've achieved one thing, I'm kind of aspiring to the next thing, the next mountain to climb or goal to achieve. So
yes. Leading by example though for what you pick to do.
Yes, yeah. And sensitive because I'm driven a lot by my emotions. I feel things very deeply and I tend to show my emotions quite obviously. Luckily, I think I'm blessed in that I tend to feel a lot of the positive emotions most of the time, kind of happiness and joy and empowerment, rather than things like sadness and anger. That's not to say I don't feel those things, but generally, I'm blessed with positive feelings. But I find it hard not to be emotional, and I like to feel the emotions from other people. Yeah. And I like to share my feelings and emotions with others.
I think that makes you good at reading people. And also when we went for our run through, I was saying that that not to say that being angry or sad is a bad thing. I mean, I'm all for positive thinking and moving past it. But sometimes I think that when you think of all the being positive and this whole wellness movement that seems to be about that you can't get angry, and actually being spiritual or into your wellness, yes you can. I think the difference is how long you stay there, because if you're in despair and you move up from anger, that can be a good thing to move up past that emotion. It's just where you stay there, it's moving up again to a different level, and I think it's good to point that out.
Yes, really important to point that out.
So what are you passionate about? I think that comes across when you talk anyway.
Thank you. I'm passionate about women. I love women. I love being in the presence of women. I'm also a real champion for women. I want to be that person that says, well done, you're doing a fantastic job, I believe in you. And that's really what my business is about. I'm passionate about women achieving their potential and achieving their version of success, whatever that is for them, but not at the expense of their well-being. I fundamentally believe that if we take care of ourselves, nurture ourselves, then we can be the best that we can be. But we should put ourselves first more often.
I'd like to add to that I follow Brendan Burchard, and he does the High Performance Habits, the book, and one of the things he said in the high achievers, that's one of the things they don't do. And lots of people say, oh, you have to sacrifice family if you want to make it in business world, and actually that's not true, because what ends up with burnout and lots of other stuff, that the people that are the high achievers are the ones that have balance in their life.
Yes, I've read about that and witnessed that as well.
And so anyway, I would say, what would your friends and family say is your greatest gift? And as I was asking our viewers, that I wanted you to think about what it is that people compliment you on, and what it is, it's what it is people that compliment you on, and what is your greatest gift that friends and family talk about.
So I think what friends and family have always commented on is my optimism and my energy that I mentioned earlier. I always tend to see the world and a glass as half full, and I see the best in people and the best in situations, and I always see the possibilities rather than the limits.
Yeah.
So I think friends and family
as well.
I see the potential in people and in ideas, and I think that's what my family would say are some of my greatest qualities.
What led you to do what you're doing now? Sounds like it was something.
Yeah, it's been a journey, as everyone is on their journey in life and in work and in family life. So I'm a part-time teacher as well, and I've had ups and downs in my teaching career where at points I've been on the kind of brink of burnout and overwhelm, and I've had some highs as well in my teaching career, and I'm passionate about learning and developing others. But I've always wanted to start my own business. I come from a family of successful kind of professionals, but not business people or entrepreneurs, and I've wanted to do something different and kind of be that person who's had a go at setting up and creating their own business. So that's led me to this point as well. But a key point in my journey that's brought me here was training for my first marathon a year and a bit ago, and having all this time to run, and it was quite meditative, and it was an opportunity where all my passions and ideas kind of came together.
Flow state.
I got into flow state.
Yeah.
Definitely, I was definitely in flow state. It was amazing. All these ideas were sparking in my mind, and I connected with what you would say is my authentic self,
and your creative
and my creative self.
Yeah.
And I realised that I knew what I wanted to do, and I thought I've got some skills and ideas and energy to help women to reach their full potential.
That's what I like. I share that.
Yeah,
definitely, wholeheartedly, because that's what it can come from, getting in that creative flow. That's where you could be a runner, you could be an artist, you could be a singer or a musician, and lots of people, they talk about that, but you're kind of getting out of resistant thoughts, and you're just kind of there. Meditation does this, so it doesn't have to just be sitting there omming to get to connect.
No, I think that running for me was a big part of that.
Right, and so that leads me to say, so where at the moment what has been your biggest challenge, and how did you get over what you've...
So my challenges have been kind of two, really. One is keeping that balance between setting up and running a business, having another part-time job as well, and of course my family, my children and my husband, and making sure that all those different elements are well balanced, and that I feel that I'm putting in what I should do to all those areas. So and that's, as a woman, I think we all are faced with those juggling acts. And then also, I was saying to Teresa earlier, a big challenge for me has been explaining and articulating my business to my husband and to other family members who don't always get it, who can't see the vision that I see, and can't feel. It's in here and it's in here, and they can't feel the passion that I feel, and that's not their fault. Sometimes I need to explain better, I think, what I do, and articulate it in ways that are appropriate for that person I'm speaking to. And I am a feminist, and my business is all about female empowerment. And explaining that to men is sometimes a challenge, and I need to be better at that, because I love men, and I'm all about equality and about all of us working together to support each other's dreams. But yeah, that's been a challenge for me, but I'm getting
there. And when we ran through, I was saying there's I can't remember his first name. Apologies, I'll put it in the comments below. But Emily Williams and the I Heart My Life, her husband was talking about this in a podcast. I was saying, he said that sometimes if you've got the men in your life, when women start up they're entrepreneurs and they're on this journey, they become, it appears to be that they're under supported, but they're actually, that protective instinct comes out, and sometimes that can be misunderstood because they've got that natural want to to stop you from being hurt or from going down to see the pitfalls, because men obviously we play to our strengths. And I'm not everyone's the same, but would say that they've got that to view and methodical mind of what they're looking and seeing and ahead, whereas I'm very much like that with the passion. And she talked about the same thing. She's got the passion, drive, I want to do this, and got the creative connection come quickly, but all right, the how and the thinking about the business side of that, and he really articulated that well and made me think, oh, okay, I can see how that can be his caring in what you're wanting to do.
Yes, that's it. It all comes from a caring place. I just need to be able to,
and when you express to them, so that they understand that you understand, and brain,
and keep that communication going.
Open. I think that's important. So, and who is your biggest influence, or who and what is your biggest influence?
So somebody that's influenced me has been my grandmother, my nan, who isn't with us now. She died a couple of years ago, but she was 101, and she was a really strong woman, and I admired her strength. And when I say strong, she was physically a tiny person. She was kind of under 5 foot, very, very different to me physically, but she was mentally and emotionally really strong, and quite a driven woman, really. And she achieved a lot for her generation. She achieved a lot and came from quite sort of humble beginnings, and she put her family first, but she I don't know, she kind of, we connected with each other, and she instilled in me the knowledge that I can be and achieve whatever I want to do, really. And my mum is the same. My mum is a very different personality to me. She's more introverted and I'm more of an extrovert. But these key females in my life have inspired me and still do. And now my daughter and my son, they are what drive me to want to be the best mum I can be. But to be the best mum, I think we need to be happy in ourselves, and we need to fulfill our dreams.
And show them that that's important.
And exactly, and show them that to be happy, you can take time for yourself and you can follow your dreams. And I want to be a good role model for them. I want to inspire my daughter to believe that as a girl, as a woman, the world is her oyster. And my son, I want him to know that we are all equal, and it's all about teamwork and supporting each other with our dreams.
Right, I was going to say, what is it that you do first thing in the morning when you first wake up, as a tip as a Wellness Wednesday for people?
So it varies, like most people, but generally after hydrating, I know lots of your previous interviewees have talked about hydration, but after hydrating I try and do exercise, and my first choice of exercise for me would be an aerobic form of exercise like running. At this time of year where it is hot, it's best to get up early and get out, and I'm lucky enough that my husband is around early in the morning, so I can do that. But to have aerobic activity where you're oxygenating your brain and your body and being outside in nature, just want to add that for me, running outside is as much about being outside in a beautiful environment. It wouldn't be the same if I was running on a treadmill in a gym. It would not give me the same sense of well-being. I've got the connection with the outdoors. It's peaceful and quiet and cool in the morning. Equally though, I like running in the evening, because again, it's that quiet time, and there's that transition from the kind of working busy day to my kind of downtime, which for me is running and processing everything.
As well, I think, for that time in the evening. They say it's good to exercise between 4 and 7 is actually a good time.
Yeah, it is.
And then a cold shower, if you can handle it, apparently is meant to be good for helping you sleep.
It can be.
But, so what are 5 things you do for your wellness? Obviously we touched on the running.
Yes, running's a big part. Other forms of movement, Pilates and yoga, really complement my running. Kind of deep stretching and core strength is really important in everything we do. Nutrition is important. It has to be a priority as well. And I love food, and I don't really limit myself in terms of what types of food. I think that balance and having a real mixture is really great if you're okay with that. But I'm disciplined when I need to be. and I try to be really mindful when I am eating. It's not always possible, but to take joy in it. Yeah. And if you're mindful and don't eat too fast, you know when you're full.
Yeah.
And in the past, I've just rushed eating, and you don't recognise when you're full, and you overeat. So I've learnt really through meeting other Wonder Women, and reading lots about mindful nutrition. So exercise, movement, nutrition. Something else I want to talk about is the importance of social connection. And this is what drives my business, is what we get as people from being in the presence of other human beings, particularly like-minded people who inspire you, who you get energy from, who you feel supported by and empowered.
Propel you forwards. That's what I was saying, that if you look at the areas around the world where it's got the most centurions, if I'm saying that word right, centenarians, one of the commonalities in all of those areas is they have this sense of community, and reaching out for they say, finding your tribe, so to speak. But they also, it's said that if you have the 5 people that you spend the most time with are the people that you become more like. So if you're spending time with inspiring people that are driven and have that passion, and that brings that out in you, and it also pushes you to propel forwards and to be the best you, I think. And that's what I love about the network. That was the thing for me that was the most appealing, that it's got that nurturing sense, and there are people that I can admire, respect, as well as have commonality with, and that connection with. Needs to do. So we were going to say, what is it you hope to be, or where would you hope to be in the next 5 years? I have
this is difficult because things are always evolving, aren't they? Our dreams and goals and businesses and personal lives are always changing, and what my vision of 5 years in the future might have been a while ago, it's kind of changing. And in a way at the moment that's open to negotiation, my 5-year plan, because I'm at a period of time where I've been running my business for a year, and I'm just reflecting on what I've done, what's gone well, what could be improved, how am I feeling, how is my family, and where do I want to go. But one goal that I have set for 5 years' time, which was with Gemma Sharp from Lordine Learning, because we're friends as well, is that we'd like to have an event or an evening which brings together inspiring women in 5 years' time. And we set this goal a year ago, before I had even kind of got underway with Wonder Women Network. And I am completely confident that that will happen. It might happen before that, but we've actually put it in our diaries for 5 years' time, 2024.
That's quite important, actually, to put things like that in your diary.
And I literally have in my phone, we've put it in, the date.
And the reason I'm asking this question as well, and just to add, is because it's also important, I've realised through the Transformation Week that I did with Brendan Richard, is to take, and from doing Fit for Business as well, I think for my business, even each week, each day, but to assess where you are. So what you're doing about assessing, right, this is what's working with the business, but to mark off the wins and what you've done and what you've achieved in that year.
That's even more important. What have you achieved?
And
recognise
that in yourself, because you're constantly, I did a blog about, if I can remember, it's how your brain looks for information and sort of dismisses it. It goes for the things that it is. I know that. So it's called compromise. Just put myself on the spot. Comparative something. I said it in the other blog, but basically it looks for information that it is aligned with your beliefs. And so if you're constantly writing down what you've achieved, you're more likely to achieve much. It's like you become more confident the more you have a moment of confidence, whether you're visualizing that or doing that. But the more you do those things, the more you can then push yourself and challenging yourself to go forward. And how can people get hold of you? Because you mentioned Fit for Business and Wonder Women.
Yes. Okay, so I have a website which I'd love you to visit, which will just give you a flavour of what my whole business is about. Its ethos and my vision, and there are some photographs and things of my previous events. So that is www.wonderwomennetwork.co.uk. I also have a very active Facebook page, which is just Facebook at Wonder Women Network. And again, you can see photographs and testimonials and reviews from my previous events. Fit for Business, we have our own website for that, which is www.getfitforbusiness.co.uk.
So if you were interested in becoming an entrepreneur,
yes, if you'd like to join a network of Wonder Women, which I run jointly with Danielle Early Consultancy. She's a business coach and has so much to offer in terms of business skills and well-being as well. And we work together on providing professional development for female entrepreneurs, as well as the networking and that empowering environment for women. I've also got an up-and-coming workout and wellness event on the 10th of November, which I've only just advertised, and I haven't put my Eventbrite link out there yet, but that's coming. So just find me on Facebook and like me and follow me. That would be lovely.
And that was really unique. I went to the first wellness, and because you've got these speakers, you've got actually working out as well.
Yes, get hot and sweaty.
But you've got all these people, so I'd recommend going if you're into that for your wellness.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Liz, for joining me, and thank you, guys. I'm sorry about we're quite close here.
It's cosy.
It's cosy.
But we're outside, it's beautiful.
So have a wonderful Wellness Wednesday, and thank you again. I'm Teresa Jande. This is the Authentic Me community, and this